are now tuned in to my main man Dubs. If you want that garbage, go somewhere else. If you want that music that matters, he came to the right spot.
What up, kid?
Hey Dub, talk to him.
This is not for the weak-hearted. Ever since the beat started, the flow switched up from...
What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Joyce. Joyce has axed trainer Adam Booth ahead of his April showdown with Daniel Du Bois to train in a stunning UFC state-of-the-art gym in Las Vegas. Of course, these guys won 2 victories together, and the explanation from Joyce goes more in depth in why he decided to axe this trainer. He says, for me, in my first 2 fights, I was in Vegas, so I've gone full circle. I have a lot of respect for Adam and the team. I did some really good work with them. Adam is a great coach, but this is such a big fight of such a magnitude. I train better and get a better vibe from training in the sun and in America and Vegas. Okay. Now, you went from Adam Booth. Of course, before Adam Booth, you had 3 wins under Sanchez, who honored Gennady Golovkin's sensational KO skills. Before that, the Londoner was working with Ismael Salas under the guidance of Hay as his promoter. And now he will have another cornerman for the April 11th 02 pay-per-view battle with the 22-year-old starlet. But he insists we will see the best of his talent now after he is dragged away from his creature comforts. He said, I was split when I was in Big Bear, but I think being away from home suits me. I have too many home comforts at home. Waiting for a fight left me feeling a bit stale, so I think taking myself away is a good move for me right now because I have to knuckle down and win this fight. I don't see any of the fun in Vegas. It's just training camps, and I know I will get great sparring. Well, you go from Adam Booth, or should I say, let's start from the beginning. You go from Salas to Sanchez to Booth. Now you're going to another trainer. I don't think that I can understand him not wanting to stay at home, because a lot of fighters have difficulty staying at home and being too comfortable. You know, I think that a lot of things can become a distraction. It makes me think about Andy Ruiz, and his hometown surroundings were a distraction from him training. I'm pretty sure, you know, him and his friends, his his native homeland, things of that nature, your neighborhood, the things you get accustomed to doing while you're not training versus when you are training, you have to have a different mindset. So I do understand him wanting to leave England, but it does not explain Abel Sanchez, him leaving after 3 victories. Okay? Does not explain Ismael Salas, why he left him. And it does not explain, well, the only reason that excuse is valid is only because Adam Booth is from where he's from. Okay? They're both from the UK, and he wants to get away from the UK. But it does not explain the other 3 trainers. So, well, the other 2 trainers, because they were all over here. And it's like when you bounce around a lot, it's not really a good sign, because what you're doing is you're training, you're learning this from this person and that from that person, and you're not really comfortable in your own ability. And here's the deal. If you feel that the trainer is worth axing now, that shows that really were you confident about beating Daniel Du Bois before you signed the contract? Because that's one of those decisions you make, first of all, with the person you train with. That's always a bad sign. Oh, I'm going into the biggest fight of my life, but now I'm going to change trainers. Now, of all times. And remember this guy, Joyce, the juggernaut, he is undefeated. So he said, well, I feel good vibes. Then you're in a UFC facility. You're going to get good sparring. I hope so. I hope that's the case, because it seems like he's confusing too many different factors and too many chiefs, and he's the only Indian. So when you're getting instructions from this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, I guess you're becoming like a sponge. But then, I think there should be a solid foundation of knowledge or comfort with a particular trainer. And it seems to me, due to his track record, that he doesn't have any. Okay, he doesn't have any comfort in that whatsoever. And then I'm kind of racking my brain on trying to see, well, why did you accept a fight when you knew that Adam Booth was your trainer at the time? I think that's rather shitty, because if you sign a fight and you have a trainer, then all of a sudden, hey, you know what, we're not working with you. That means you are already looking for a trainer, while at the same time you sign a contract with that current trainer, right? That's April 11th. This is the 8th of February. Got about 6 weeks to train with somebody else, but then what does he expect to learn versus what he didn't have, or what this trainer, Adam Booth, wasn't showing him to get him prepared for Daniel Dubois? Because see, here's the problem. There's no guarantee that a new trainer is going to teach him new things this quickly. Ask Triple G. Ask a lot of fighters. He has to go in there with a fighter that is not as dangerous as Triple D. So if he goes in there and gets knocked out due to somebody else trying to teach him something new that he's not even accustomed, because he hasn't even experimented with it yet. He hasn't even tried it out. So he doesn't even know what this other trainer is going to be, or how is he going to improve with this other trainer. He's talking about good vibes. Okay, if you wanted good vibes, well, why don't you just bring your UK trainer here? That's who you signed with amongst deciding to fight Daniel Dubois, another undefeated fighter that has more professional fights than you. Yes, Joyce has more amateur fights. He's a more decorated amateur. But professionally, it's Triple D that has more experience, even though he has knocked out, 12 of his 14 opponents by first round or something like that. But he might be the 13th. As a dear friend would mind to say, you need to take that to the 13th floor, because this is bad juju. To get rid of a trainer that was there for you the last two fights. But then my question is, to Adam Booth, is he really surprised? So I would like to hear his take on it, because, a lot of times if you're a trainer, that's just like this. Let's look at it this way. You have an employee and you look at his resume, right? And his work history. And the work history is, I was 2 years in Houston and 2 years in New York and 2 years from Chicago. And then I was 2 years down in Miami-Dade. Then I was another year over here. Well, that's going to show you that you're not consistent. So Adam Booth, if anything, he should have saw that, Joyce, he'll probably be around for a couple fights due to the way he changed his trainers like draws. He might not be with me soon. I just hope he didn't take it bad, but I hope for Joyce, because it's really all about him at the end of the day, that he's making the best possible choice for himself. But it's never a good sign when you change trainers this fast. Again, you have to have a solid foundation with one trainer, because there's a reason he went from Sanchez to Booth, right? So, you know what I mean? And the reason he left, let's see. And Adam learned a team, okay, but it's his magnitude. He said he was stale, I believe it was. Now I have a new corner man. Okay, April 11th. Okay, I don't even know who the new corner man is. I was split when I was in Big Bear. Okay, well, I think being away from home suits me. Well, that's okay, but I mean, he could have brought his trainer with him. But I don't know. This doesn't seem really. It's not really a good sign. Forget loyalty, because the trainer versus the boxer. The trainer is only there to train the boxer. So he's supposed to prepare the fighter, the boxer. So I don't, loyalty in that case, I don't care for. The only concern I have is when you do that, you have to learn someone else's protocol, their temperament, how you would gel with that person. So if those good vibes, as he was regarding as, if that's what that was, okay, cool. But I don't see how someone else could get him prepared for something that he already prepared to do, or decided to do, rather. In preparation. Okay, I haven't prepared yet, but so I'm gonna start with a new trainer now. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think that was a good move. But of course, if he ends up winning, none of this matters, right? But of course, he did this because he wants better trainers. So that just shows you like he was only with him for a particular amount of time, or he's seen limitations in that trainer. But then it's like, okay, I guess the other trainer, or this person that we don't even know of yet, mind you. Okay, he hasn't even stated who this guy is. This hasn't even been revealed to us who this particular new trainer is, because not according to this article that I'm looking at, that I'm reading. So it's crazy. I don't know what this could mean for him. I just hope that he made the right choice. But of course, if he didn't, we will see. And you know what? If he loses like that, we will blame and look back and backtrack on the type of decisions that Joyce decided to make before fighting the biggest fight in his career. And, and it'll be a lot of that, I told you so. And, you shouldn't have changed trainers, but it is what it is. People make decisions and they learn if they made the right decision or the wrong decision based on the outcome. So anyway, that's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think about Joyce splitting with Adam Booth. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.